Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Versatility Podcast. It's about time, ladies and gentlemen. It is about time. I have been talking about this music episode for months, and it is finally here. At least part one, because I have a lot of things to talk about. So we'll see how much I can fit for part one, and then what we can do for part two on the episode for this music episode. So this is pure music talk. Um, I haven't done a music episode in since the summer, I believe. So it's been a little minute. It's mid-November already. It's Saturday night, November 16th. So I'm gonna do another episode in the morning, tomorrow morning before the NFL games start. So let me just get this episode out the way because my goodness, I've been delaying this episode for way too long now. I've been delaying this episode for way too long. So let's get straight to it, y'all. Music with more music. So we're gonna be on Spotify quite a bit here. So let's just get straight to it, y'all. Let's just get straight to it. Um so as you can see here, yes, as you can see here, I'm on Spotify here. So obviously I'm on my account. So I'm gonna be talking a bunch of albums that I have been listening to. I'm gonna be showing you guys my on repeat, talking about some just kind of reviewing a bunch of albums, but there's some albums I won't review just yet for the part one, just because I gotta listen to it a little bit more. Some re-listens. I'll show you guys my recently played and everything. So we'll just get with that, right? I don't honestly don't know where the fuck to start because I have a bunch of shit here. Like, look at this. Like, just to show y'all real quick. Let me just stop it real quick. Like, just to see, like, this is November 15th, but this was yesterday. This is like all of this, like it's a bunch of shit. So I don't know if I'm really gonna get in depth with all of this, in this episode. So we're gonna see where we can go from here. I guess we could just go in order here. I guess we're just gonna have to go in order here. Let's fuck it. We'll just go in order here, because that's the best way I could start. Because I seriously just don't know where to start. Actually, yeah, that's fine over here. Um, actually, is it better here like this, or I think it's better sharing it the other way. Hold on. There we go. I think it's better sharing it like this. Anywho, first album that we have here to review. Let me see. Where did it go? Okay. Oh, it's actually already here. Actually, wait, hold on. It's the Tyler Plus album. Anyway, so I guess we'll start off with Tyler's newest album, Tyler Plus, or this is the same album, but this is the deluxe edition. She dropped Tyler earlier this year in March, and she dropped the deluxe last October 11th. So obviously with the deluxe, it's now 17 tracks, and it's 3 new songs on the deluxe with Shake Ah, Push to Start, and Back to You. And I already am a big fan. Oh, let me just show you guys the album cover real quick. For the deluxe, it's nice, right? She looks amazing on it. As no surprise because Tyler is a one fine woman. Anywho, this album is fire though. I did like the deluxe. My favorite one is probably Push to Start here. She just dropped the music video for that one. I saw it a couple days ago. It's a pretty good song. I've been bumping it as well. I'm pretty sure it's maybe somewhere on my on repeat. I'm not sure, but I've been bumping it. Back to You is also a pretty good one. Now Shake, it's a long song. It's almost 6 minutes long, but Tyler's barely on the song, so I'm not really all that fanatic about it personally. So yeah, I'm not feeling this that song that much. I think that song's kind of decent. Nothing crazy, but I did like Push to Start and Back to You a lot. So Tyler, I mean, she's had a phenomenal 2024. So can't complain much about her. I've been still listening to her album. I think last time I heard it, Wimby was a couple months ago. But it'll come back to my on repeat at some point. I'll re-listen to it again at another point. But obviously, it's just a lot of music, y'all. It's a lot of music every year, every more. We're just getting a bunch of material. Next one here we can get to talk about is Brat. So I already talked about my thoughts on the original album and on the deluxe. but she decided to drop a remix album. So it's Bratz, and it's completely different, but also still Brat. As you can see, that's the title for the remix album. So it's 35 tracks, an hour and 40 minutes. But obviously that's because it's the track list. It's the whole original album with the deluxe, and then a remix album. So it's all in one album, and here we are. So obviously I'm a big fan of Brat. One of my favorite albums of the year. Um, it was a huge album for 2024. So, and it was also nominated for a Grammy. Bunch of shit. This now. Speaking of the Grammys, we'll talk about that later in this episode. Grammy nominations. I'll probably do that towards the end of the episode. But yeah, original track list. Been a fan of it. You know, it's been phenomenal. But let's talk about the remix album, because I personally am not the biggest fan of remixes. So you know, I was kind of like indifferent on it. So I was just expecting this to be a good listen, but we'll see. And then we got to it. Track number one with 360, featuring Robin and Young Lean. This one was a decent song, but I haven't really went back with this one, to be honest with you. Haven't gone much to this one. Club Classics remix with featuring BB Tricks. I like her verse. I like her flow on the song. It's not that bad at all. I still prefer the original though, and this didn't really feel much of a Club Classics remix. It kind of felt more of a 365 remix, even though there's already another remix to that song on the album. So yeah, I was all right with it. This I'll take it, but this one I just prefer the original. So I'm not really gonna go back to this one that much. Sympathy is a Knife featuring, Ariana Grande. Shit. Charlie and Ariana Grande in 2024 sounds like a great idea. And honestly, it was. This one's probably one of my favorite remixes that came out, but I haven't been bopping it that much. Be honest with you, haven't been listening to it that much. But I will give it some credit. It was pretty good for one of the better remixes on the album. I may see something stupid featuring the 1975 and John Hopkins. This shit was way too long and barely any. Like, it was piano for like 40 seconds, and then like a line, and then 30 seconds of piano, and then a line. Didn't get much out of anything in this one. I'm not listening to this shit. Talk Talk remix with Troye Sivan. Honestly, it's a banger. It's one of my favorite remixes, if not maybe the best one on here. And Talk Talk is already one of my favorite ones on the original Brat album. So I fuck with it. Von Dutch remix with G Cook and Addison Rae. Not a bad one. I'll take it. Everything is Romantic with Caroline Polachek is a pretty good remix as well. That one's cool. So I and Rewind, those are all right. Girl So Confusing with Lord is all right as well. Apple with featuring the Japanese House, that one's also decent. I did like be back to back with Tanache. That one I'm a fan of. So I'll give that one credit to Charlie. Guess with Billie Eilish, that one came out as the single for the remix album. That one's pretty good as well. Spring Breakers featuring Kesha. I was about to say Ketchup real quick. That's crazy. I like this one too. I like the energy from both. And Spring Breakers is one of the better songs on the track list, and it was originally from the deluxe. So I like that one. 365 remix with Shy Girl was nice, and then Mean Girls featuring Julian Casablancas was fine. And then this one, I forgot about this one. I don't remember much about this one. But I mean, again, I haven't really went back to the Brat remix album. I'm just really listening to the original album that more often. But again, to revisit to Brat, every song on here hits. Like, all 18 of these tracks. I'm not really listening to Hello Goodbye that much. But other than that, I'm pumping everything, man. Spring Breakers is a banger. Back to Back is great. Rewind, Talk Talk, Sympathy is a Knife. Everything is Romantic. Club Classics, 360 and 365. Guess that horny ass song, that's a banger, Girl So Confusing. This track list is just great. Again, Brat deserved its moment in 2024, and it got it. It got it. Charlie basically kind of revamped her career. I wouldn't say she had a she attracted, she kind of went back into that mainstream appeal, because obviously she's always had her fan base and she's been doing music for a while, but it's been a while since she was kind of in the spotlight in the mainstream, pretty much since like that fucking um since like I Love It, and like that song that she did with it, what's it called, Fancy, when she was on that song with Iggy Azalea. So she has, it's been a while for her to be kind of like in the mainstream, kind of having like a huge single or like a huge album that really was commercially successful. Even though her catalog is pretty good though. I mean, I'm a big fan of Charlie, so she's been dropping some pretty good albums, but just this one really stood out. This one really broke out. It's like this bold, in your face, with hella energy and like explosive ass production, and it just brings like club music. Like I kind of wish I went to this tour, the Sweat tour, because she already completed the tour for Brat, and she did it with Troye Sivan. Man, there was some clips I was a little confused on. Like I saw her like spitting on stage and shit. Maybe we're going a little too far with that, but other than that, it looked good. I mean, damn, I wish I was there. It looked great. Charlie's a great performer, from what I saw, and I mean, it was just a perfect set. I think this year she just really like put that like club music back into the mainstream a little bit, or at least for the year to kind of stand out, because not really much club music has been hitting other than this album as much. I mean, there's a bunch of different things kind of popping up. I mean, this year has been fucking country and a lot of pop. Usually it's always a lot of pop in between, but a lot of country has kind of been taken over as well. Hip hop has kind of been, not maybe not as commercial as it's used to be. You has been the past couple years. It's been relatively quiet, like rap wise, and like the Billboard and shit. It's been a little bit quiet, but I mean, again, getting off topic here. Brat, great album. I just can't say nothing, um, nothing bad about it, to be honest with you. All right, now let's talk about Katy Perry's new album, 143. So it's been out for already a couple months. I mean, shit, came out September 20th, so it's about to be 2 months since the album has come out. But I'll be honest with you, man, I was kind of excited for it. Let me just show you guys the album cover real quick. Excuse me, the album cover real quick. This one's not a bad track list. I like the album cover, but I'll be honest with you, the track list is fine. I think the album is all right to me. I, you know, it didn't do well. It didn't do well commercially, unfortunately. Like the album didn't really do much. But unfortunately, it was just the singles that just didn't do it justice. Like Woman's World was the first single. It was a lead single for the album, and just I like the message and cool, but man, production was so basic. Some of the lyrics were just kind of corny and like, and I didn't really like the hook, and like also parts of the verses were kind of strange to me. I'm not a big fan of that song. Again, I appreciate the message, women empowerment. I'm all for that. Just sometimes I don't know. It could sound still corny, despite the message, it could still sound pretty corny. So I think this was all obviously with great intention, and the music video is not bad at all. But again, didn't really give off the best start for the album rollout if the lead single wasn't really getting people as much attention in a good way. A lot of people were shitting on it, so that was another problem. The second single I believe was what was it? Lifetimes? I think it was Lifetimes, which that one's a good single. I did like that one. That's definitely one of my favorite ones on the album. Also has a club appeal to it. It's a club song. It's a dance song. So I did like that energy from it. I'm His, He's Mine was the third single with Doechii. This one's pretty good. The beat, it's a sample that I've heard before. I forgot what the sample was called. You recognize the sample of it because you hear it a lot in a bunch of other songs. Doechii's part was fine. Katy Perry's was fine on the track. Can't really complain much on it. The other songs with the features with Gimme Gimme with 21 Savage, the most basic ass beats 21 Savage probably has ever rapped on, maybe, but it was all right. Gorgeous with Kim Petras was cool. But again, I haven't really been bumping that one. Crush is nice. All the Love, Nirvana. Those are pretty two slept on songs. Artificial with JID. Now, this is the one that I was kind of excited for the most. And again, maybe not crazy on my on repeat. If not, I don't even think it's probably there right now. But it was for a little bit when it first came out. Even though I didn't, I heard the album maybe like a week after it came out, so I was a little late to the party with that. But it was there for my rotation for the beginning of October ish, late September. But I haven't really went back to it that often. Again, the song's cool though, and the JID feature's nice though. And then Wonder and Truth are fine songs. Wonder is nice because she has like her daughter like singing on the hook. I think it's adorable. I think it's cute. But yeah. Again, the this album 143, like, it's a decent track list, but I haven't really it hasn't really stuck with me with like the replay value. So not much I could really say for the album, just because it's just kind of been there. Just it's fine. When I go back to Katy Perry's catalog, I'm gonna go back to Teenage Dream. I'm gonna go back to one of the boys. I'm gonna go back to Prism and shit. So maybe I'll take a couple tracks out of this one, but this one's just not my favorite one. However, some highlights here. Again, Artificial, Lifetimes, Nirvana, Wonder's good, and then I could probably give you fucking I'm his, he's mine as well on that track list as well. So we can do that as well. But that is that for Katy Perry. Next we got to talk about this one. Of course. It's been too long. Shirt, not shirt. Short and sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, goodness gracious, how long have I been waiting to talk about this album? Yes, Short and Sweet. This is the album cover for Short and Sweet. Finally, I'm gonna give you guys my fucking thoughts on the album. It's been too long now. Clearly, I'm excited to tell y'all about this album. Why? Obviously, because this shit is a fucking banger. This shit is a fucking banger. Hello? If I had a fucking bell, I would ring it, but shit, I don't got one. But either or, let's talk about Short and Sweet. Let me take a sip of water real quick and then we get back to it. All right. So, again, look at the album. The album cover looks nice, right? She looks great with the lipstick kiss mark on her back. It's interesting. I like it. Anywho, 12 tracks, 36 minutes long. 36 minutes long and no skips. No skips. I mean, again, a short track list, short and sweet. It fits right in. But man, let's talk about this record. So let's go track by track. Let's go track by track. Let's start off with Taste. Great start to the album. Great start to the motherfucking album. I love it. The rock production, it's nice. The hook is one of my favorite hooks on the entire project. And again, it's a standout. It is a standout. Then we got Please, Please, Please. That was the second single of the album. This shit now is Grammy nominated. I forgot if it was Record of the Year or Song of the Year. It was one of the main categories it got nominated for. And yeah, it's a great song. Please, Please, Please. I understand the vibe to it. I love it. Number 3, Good Graces. I don't give a fuck about you. Don't give a fuck about you. I get it. I like this one as well. Again, I think this one is one of my favorite productions on the album. I also do like her verses a lot, and the hook is catchy. Like, again, she killed it on this one as well. Sharpest Tool. This one at first was maybe the weakest song in my opinion. From first listen, not crazy on it at first listen, but it grew on me, and it's fine. Like, I haven't been bumping it that much compared to most of the other tracks on this record, but still up there. I'll give it more of a chance here, even though at first I wasn't really crazy on it. Track number 5, Coincidence, is another good one as well. Another one that maybe I wasn't really high on at first listen, but again, with more listens, I became a fan. Bedchem. Oh man, this is This is a get down and dirty on this one. And this is not even the horniest song on the album. We'll get to that one. We'll get to that song in a bit. But I mean, great hook on this one. And again, one of my favorite ones, one of the standout ones, one of the like the best quotables and one-liners. Have you ever tried this one? Oh, excuse me, my bad, wrong song. That was the wrong song. That's not Bedcam, my bad. But again, no. But this one still has the song that I'm going to talk about also has a bunch of quotables, but Bedcam as well. Another one that just, camaraderie. I mean, camaraderie. You like, come right on me, camaraderie. Again, a bunch to talk about on that one. It's phenomenal. Espresso was the lead single. Look, usually these kind of songs that just go fucking they're just stuck on the radio, this and that, and they just get overplayed to a point. I'll be honest with you, I've kind of played it smart with Espresso. I was bumping it a lot in the beginning, obviously, when it first came out, because the song is great. I still like the song, but I knew that the song was getting really big, that I had to kind of take a step back, not listen to the song so I can get fucking sick and tired of it. So once we got to that part, I knew, let me just keep my distance with it. So I don't fucking start having this attitude towards it. So it doesn't ruin the song for me. Then for track number 8, we have Dumb and Poetic, a short one, but again, another one, kind of like a little ballad song I like as well. Slim Pickens is another like folk kind of song. Another one that I think stands out lyrically for sure. Track number 10, Juno. Again, this one's this is the horniest song on the album. And this one, again, a lot of quotables. Have you ever tried this one? Again, the hook, one of the best hooks on the album as well. The tour, like this is like one of the songs that everyone wants to like. Everyone like waits for Juno to pop up on tour or like on the show just to see like what position she does or like what the outcome will be, like or what she's gonna take, what she's gonna perform, or what she's wearing to perform the song. Like Juno has this moment for the tour and this and that, and obviously for the album, it's a huge standout track. Lie to Girls, that's the second to last song on it. Again, I haven't bumped this one that much, but not a bad song. I will listen to it. And then, ladies and motherfucking gentlemen, maybe not the popular song like Espresso or Please, Please, Please. Maybe not the horniest of songs like Juno or Bedkim. Maybe not like the softer ender cuts, Slim Pickens or Coincidence or Sharpest Tool. Maybe not like those folk songs. Maybe not even Taste, like a rock, song mix of, with pop as well, a pop rock song. But we got R&B, Sabrina Carpenter. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite song on the album. We get through 11 songs on this record, and then track number 12, the outro track, is the one that does it for me. Don't Smile is my favorite song on the album. Phenomenal record. One of my favorite songs of the year. One of my favorite songs of the year. And it's should definitely still be on my repeat right now, for sure. I think it's been there for quite some time. I think it's still probably there. Phenomenal, man. Phenomenal track. I love when Sabrina goes into her R&B bag. She got to do that more often. It gives me Honeymoon Fades vibes. That song that she dropped like during the pandemic in 2020. Again, reminds me a little bit of that song, and I always thought that song was super underrated and one of her best songs ever. And it never made it to an album, so it was just like a whatever song that the fans will know, like me and shit. But man, this one just does something for me. Love the verses, love the hook. Her singing is amazing on it. I can't complain about it. This is the perfect song for me. The perfect vibe for me. I don't know. Like again, I love the the horniness and this energy that we get from Sabrina. She couldn't be more hornier on this album, and just wilding out. She's wilding out. She is really just kind of being bold and very vocal, and just kind of just being so expressive about what she wants and what she needs on this record. She has clearly I know that this record, you could tell that she had a lot of fun making this, because again, it has like these it kind of reminds me of like an album full of like songs like Nonsense, because Nonsense is kind of a song that she just kind of didn't really take too much. She didn't really take it too seriously on the song. Obviously, it's kind of like she just made this song. At first, probably didn't even think it was gonna make the album. Eventually, she made the decision to add it onto it, and it became the biggest song off of emails I can't send from her last record, before Short and Sweet came out. And I mean, it was a huge moment for it. Like that before then, that was a huge moment for Sabrina, because that song obviously gained her more traction. People were like listening to that song, and at shows they would wait for her to say the different outro to the song, because every time she would perform, she would do a different line or a different outro to the song, and always change up the lyrics. So that was a huge thing that she would do at her shows. Um, but yeah, back to this album. It's a phenomenal album, top 5 album of the year, in my opinion. Again, Sabrina Carpenter has had a phenomenal year, and I couldn't be more proud. I've been listening to Sabrina since 2018. I would say 2018, and I was because I was being put onto. I got put onto from a friend of mine in middle school, in 8th grade. And then not really until freshman year of high school, that's when I kind of was like, okay, maybe I'll actually give her a chance. I'll give her a chance to listen to her music and shit. And at that time, I don't think she still released Singular Act 1, but I think she was about to. It was like upcoming and shit. So I started listening to the Evolution album, and I did like it. But then I waited till Singular Act 1 came out. And then when I heard it, I was a fan of it. And I'm like, okay, cool. At least I could say I like multiple songs from Sabrina Carpenter. And then Singular Act 2 came out. And then I can like say that I have 2 albums that I like from her. And, so on and so forth, listening to every single song that she would drop since like 2018. And again, I was a big fan of Singular Act 1 and 2. Big fan of Emails I Can't Send, all the singles in between, with fucking Honeymoon Fades, the song that she did with Faruko, and what's it called? On My Way, I think. And then a bunch of other singles that she did during that era. Even the song, the one with there was like a Skin, that song that was like a response to Olivia or some shit. That song again was great. Again, I've been a fan of Sabrina since 2018. So again, like I'm happy for her. I'm super happy for her. I always thought that she was like this. She had it. Could have been this huge pop star from since fucking 2019. It's probably since like Singular Act 2. And maybe I would have thought in 2022 was probably her best chance of making it appeal, because in 2019 she was still kind of like working with that. In 2019 she was still a part of Disney, right? She was still signed by Disney, so it was up until Emails I Can't Send where she had that independence and left the label. So I guess still she was forced to put out those albums because of Disney, and so she was just kind of like taking her time to kind of put those albums out. But then eventually she just came out of the label and started working on her own shit, signed to I don't remember what label she's in right now, but don't matter, because even though she wasn't the biggest thing at 21 or 20, it took her a little bit longer than usual for a lot of artists. You can see that she's put in the work. She's been doing this for years already. And I know the Grammys nominated her for Best New Artist, but this motherfucker has been dropping music since 2016. Since 2014. I think her first album came out 2014, if I'm not mistaken. 2014 was her first album, right? 2015, guys. Eyes Wide Open came out in 2015. And then Evolution 2016, Singular Act 1, Singular Act 2, Emails I Can't Send, and then of course the deluxe of it. And then we got obviously here we got obviously Short and Sweet. So again, I'm super proud for Sabrina. Like she did her thing on this. She did her thing on this. I'm a huge fan of it. I cannot complain. Like she blew it. She's had an amazing year. She's blew it out the water. She's the biggest fucking one of the biggest pop stars in the world. Where's she at right now? 77 million monthly listeners. Where is she in the world? She is number 11th. She's the 11th Spotify artist in the world with the most monthly listeners. 11th. Like Billie Eilish, The Weeknd, Justin Bieber. Like only only 10 people are ahead of her in monthly listeners on Spotify, and 77 million people listen to her. Every month. Like that's insane. I was there when she had like 8 or 7 million or some shit like that. I don't know. Something. She still had a big crowd, but 77 million compared to 7 million. Yeah, there's a fucking difference. Absolutely. So I'm so proud of Sabrina. Again, she fucking killed it this year. She killed it this year. Only thing that I wished was that she would that her tour, that she's still on tour right now. But she decided to not go to fucking Miami. Her bitch ass team decided to not add a Miami show. So unfortunately, I couldn't go to fucking see her for this tour just because they didn't want to come here. A lot of artists tend to not want to come to Miami for some fucking reason. So I get pissed. I get pissed. Not at the artist, obviously, because it's not like she picks where she wants to go. Even though Miami would probably be one that would probably be on her mind, right? I don't know. Maybe not the first one, but I mean, it's Miami. It would have to be somewhere in that top 5, top 10 cities you would want to go in the United States, at least. But her fucking team said no. Just whatever. And especially since her last tour, she was here in Miami. So why in this tour she wasn't? I'm pissed about that. Whatever. Now let's move on to Becky G's new album, Encuentros. Now, I'll be honest with you. This album came out a month ago already, a little bit more than a month ago. 16 tracks. I've heard the album twice. Let me show you the album cover. It's nice, right? Encuentros, her kind of sitting down with that white dress, blue background with the skyline. Is that LA in the background? I believe that's LA probably in the background. However, to be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of the record. Not because I don't like the record. For really any specific reason. It's just like the music itself. Like I'm not a big fan of like the genre that she kind of tapped into, like the Mexican Tejano. I don't know if is it Tejano or is it like a different kind of Mexican. Is it like regional music, Mexican music? I don't really know exactly what we're tapping into. Let me kind of just like look it up real quick. Like what is really like the genre of the album? It's like it's her fourth album. Like it's okay, it's fucking Spanish. I know, but what's like the sound? What's like the? It's like that Mexican shit. But I kind of want to specify a little bit more. But not even fucking Wikipedia wants to tell. Well, Wikipedia is definitely not the right. Yeah, like contemporary Mexican music. Like that classic kind of old vibes. Like again, not that it sounds bad or anything. I like her voice. Obviously, I'm a big fan of her voice, so I listen to her music. I gave the album a listen, but again, I'm just not really a fan of like the production and stuff. Like for me, I don't know. Like it really has to stand out for me to really like it. Again, this is just kind of one of those albums where I listen to because I like Becky G's music. I was gonna listen to the album, but just like this album, just like her album last year, Esquinas, again with the Spanish, again with the same kind of this Mexican music that she's doing. Again, great for her. She's embracing her heritage. She's doing music, that comes from her, other side of her family, So I can appreciate that for like doing this because she could have just stayed doing reggaeton in Spanish or could have just kept on with the English music, but she didn't. She wanted to escape doing English music, whether it's pop or reggaeton. So she wanted to kind of do this as well. So I can embrace the versatility. Absolutely. I love that and I embrace her for that and I absolutely appreciate that. But if I'm just being honest, I'm just not the biggest fan of it personally. Again, maybe I can go back again because who knows? Like I listened to it twice, so I feel like I'm kind of confirmed that I don't really like the album just because it's not for me personally. But after, who knows? After a third listen, maybe something will click. Something will fucking change. I don't know. I don't know. But that's the beauty of music. You give it 2-3 listens, and still sometimes you don't get the. You're still kind of like, wait, is it good or not? I don't even know. Before we get to the next album, let me take a little sip of water. Anyways, all right, let's talk about the next album. Damn, we've only reviewed 5 albums and we're 35 minutes in. I have to hurry the fuck up. I have to hurry the fuck up because I'm not gonna. Oh my god, I have to hurry the fuck up. All right, anyways, this is Bia Badoobie. Do you know who? Say her name 10 times. Bia Badoobie, Bia Badoobie, Bia Badoobie, Bia Badoobie, Bia Badoobie, Bia Badoobie. Yep, that's Bia Badoobie, ladies and gentlemen. So her new album, This Is How Tomorrow Moves, came out this year. Now, I never listened to Bia Badoobie ever in my life. Did it? I've heard of her before the album came out, but I never listened to her music. By the way, she's best known for that song, "Deathbed." Right? That, remember that in 2020, that I don't even know how to sing it, but she's featured on this song, "Deathbed," "Coffee for Your Head," featuring some random dude, and the shit got 1.7 billion streams. So it was pretty huge. This was during the pandemic. She was a feature on that song, on "Deathbed," by who even sings this song? Pofu? That's the dude's name? Pofu? Yeah, the song came out in February 8th, 2020, pure before COVID even decided to fucking hit us hard in the ass. Yeah, so she had that moment there as a feature on that. She had Beatopia. That was an album that she dropped 2 years ago. But again, my real introduction to Bia Badoobie was this album. So I decided to give it a listen because I heard the first single, which was Take a Bite. It was Take a Bite. And again, I like that song. I was a big fan of the song, so I was like, you know what, I'll listen to the album. Fuck it. Especially since probably that week, I don't think many albums came out that week, so I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a listen. And I'm glad I did, because this record is pretty fucking phenomenal. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Bia Badoobie did her motherfucking thing. I gotta listen to her other albums. Because this one I'm a big fan of. Take a Bite, I'm a big fan of. California is another great song. One Time, Real Man, Girl Song, Coming Home, Ever Seen was another, I think it was the second single. Love that one. Cruel Affair, I like the production on this one. Beaches. Oh, this might be my favorite one. I think she did say that this was her favorite record on the album. I might have to agree as well. This one, phenomenal shit. I love it. Everything I Want, and This Is How It Went. Like, again, The Man Who Left Too Soon, and what was the other one? And I know Post is good too. Maybe besides only The Man Who Left Too Soon, I've been listening to this album quite consistently, like at least maybe once or twice every couple weeks. Like, I've been listening to this, every so often. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this record. I've been really listening to it. I heard it about like a week later than it came. Actually, no, I heard it like a couple days after it came out. I didn't have to wait that long. But I mean, yeah, phenomenal stuff. Phenomenal stuff. I'm a big fan of it. Again, could this start something big for Bia Badoobie? I have to listen to her other albums. I haven't heard Beatopia. Is that her only album? No, she has Fake It Flowers. That's her 2020 album. Okay, interesting. And she dropped an album that year that she had her big single, or not big single, or that big song that she was featured on earlier in the year 2020 with that Deathbed song. Interesting. I'll listen to the other 2 albums, but for this one, her new album, I'm a big fan of. So shout out to Bia Badoobie. One of my favorite albums of the year. Again, I don't know, top 5. I'm not sure, but still, big fan of it. All right, let's talk about some re-listens here. Let's talk about some re-listens that I've been re-listened again. There's a bunch of them that I have to talk about, so I don't know if I'll get to all of them here. So we're gonna start off with Sour, Olivia Rodrigo. I re-listened to it again for the 500th millionth time, and this shit's still a classic to me. 3 years later, shit's still phenomenal. Still, shit is still sour. Shit is still fucking sour in this motherfucker. So, big fan. Again, good for you. Legendary. Deja vu. Legendary type shit. Jealousy, jealousy. Driver's Light. Traitor, brutal. Again, do I have to talk about this album? No, I don't. This shit still hits. The shit still hits. So Sour by Olivia Rodrigo, 3-year, to the day it came out. I heard it on the 3-day anniversary, but then I heard it a couple months later. That was the re-listen that I gave it. Again, y'all, I'm a fan of it, so we're good with that. We're good with that, y'all. Wasteland was another album I re-listened to. This one came out. No, not Wasted. Not Wasted. I can't even fucking spell. Jesus. Wasteland by Brent Faiyaz, another great album. Came out in 2022. A couple years ago. Big fan of this record as well. Dead Man Walking, great single. Role Model, love that one. Price of Fame might be my favorite. No, that's my favorite song on the album. Love that one. Wasting Time with an underrated Drake feature and with Neptune's production as well. Gravity, great single with Tyler the Creator. All Mine. Addictions is great. Maybe it's the love, weed, pussy, maybe it's all the above. Again, this album is phenomenal as well. Probably my second favorite Brent Faiyaz album, but phenomenal shit. Still listen to it. Still very amazed by it. I'm still a big fan of it. I am greater than I was. There we go. Another re-listen to I Am I Greater Than I Was by 21 Savage. Gotta fucking sneeze. Hold on. God damn. Bless me. Thank you. Jesus. Anywho. Now that I got that out of my system, Jesus, I needed to sneeze. Again, re-listen to I Am I Greater Than I Was. This is still one of 21's best albums. You know, this came out already 6 years ago. Damn. But Can't Live Without It, Ball Without You, Out for the Night, and Out for the Night Part 2, phenomenal. Good Day was a nice one as well. Monster, 1.5, a lot. Obviously, the lead single and the song with J. Cole as well featured on it. Phenomenal stuff, man. I mean, this is another great album that I keep kind of on my rotation. I listen to this album at least once a year. No matter if I don't really, there's kind of times where I can go a very long time without listening to 21 Savage's music, but it's not really on purpose. It's not really on purpose. I like his music. It's just usually he's not really like the first artist I think of to put his music. Sometimes it kind of has to take me to listen to one of his songs after I finish an album, and then I'm like, oh wait, I gotta re-listen to the album, so I can like give 21 Savage a little bit of more time to listen to his other shit. But still, phenomenal shit. Okay, this is going to be a perfect transition because we're going to go to the weekend, but we're going to talk about the album that I was re-listening to, and then the newest singles, the new shit that we're going to talk about as well. So I revisited Beauty Behind the Madness, that came out in 2015, another great album. Again, Tell Your Friends. Phenomenal record. Love that one. That's probably my favorite one on the record. Again, phenomenal shit. Can't Feel My Face. Banger. We know. Kids' Choice Award, even though it's about blowing bags of blow. Earned It. That horny ass song, but it just gets you going. In the Night. Fantastic. Prisoner's a great one. Angel. Acquainted. Real Life is great. Losers as well. Again, not a fan of Dark Times. Still not a fan of that. The Ed Sheeran song. But every other song, big fan of here. Phenomenal shit. Now let's talk about The Weeknd and his new shit. So he has dropped four new singles? Well, 3 of them are on Spotify. The newest one that he just dropped literally this weekend, it's still not on streaming platforms. So I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard it since the St. Paulo concert. Excuse me, that he did in September. So it's already been a couple months since that St. Paulo show in Brazil, and then where he performed literally like the whole album, if not most of the songs on the album. And so he has dropped a couple singles. So starting off with Dancing in the Flames, Honestly, I like the song. I mean, lead single material for the album, I was kind of expecting a little bit more, but the song's fine to me. I like the production. Just I do think compared to the weekend's like lead singles, because he does have his lead singles are usually phenomenal. This one's kind of the weakest one out of the bunch, but still, I'm kind of going back to the song a bit. It's not a bad song at all. I think people are kind of over exaggerating with like, oh, it's not that good, blah 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 blah. No, I fuck with it. Like it's cool. I'm cool with it. I'll take it for what it is. It's fine. I'll take it. And then the second single was Timeless. This one obviously featuring Playboy Cardi, and I do like the production on this one. I like the beat as well. Cardi's verse was really good, but I do prefer the original version. Like I do prefer the live version with like the live vocals and the ad libs and shit. It sounded super fucking good, like live. And usually, like there's some songs that I feel like could sound a little bit better the studio version, just because it's the one that sounds probably sonically better. But man, the live version I think just sounds way better than this one. I feel like it's a little bit plain. The production, I feel like it's a little bit empty. Like the weekend kind of sings on it, and then there's like an empty space there. I feel like they could have added a little bit more to the song. Not really with the production, maybe with like the vocals and ad libs and shit. I don't know, because on the live version, I felt like it had a good amount of you know good amount of ad libs. The background vocals were on point, and then he was adding a bunch of shit live, vocally to kind of keep things interesting. But it was fine. Honestly, it was fine. I'm not that crazy on the song, the original, or the release version of it, but the live version was phenomenal. This one's still not a bad song though. I mean, I'll bump it from time to time, but I would have thought this one probably would have been like number one on my on repeat, but it just hasn't been there. Like oh, I've been listening to this like crazy. It hasn't had that to me, but it's cool though. I'll take it. However, we're gonna go to this song because unfortunately it exists. Sang Paulo, again, the third single from the weekend, and this one's with Anita. Again, the live version didn't sound bad. It didn't sound bad at all. And to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. The song doesn't sound bad, and the weekend is the best part on the song. But I'm just not a fan of like the repetitiveness on the beat, like the and I think like the Portuguese. I don't know if that's Anita. Because that's not her. It's not. I'm not talking about her verse. I'm talking about like a part of the sample. I don't know. It just feels. It feel like it drags. And for example, 5 minutes of this fucking song. This song did not have to be 5 fucking minutes. And also the music video to this song is weird as hell. It is weird as fuck. I don't know what the hell that music video was. It was literally just Anita walking around the streets of whatever fucking city she was in. Probably Sao Paulo, convincingly. With The Weeknd singing like on her stomach because she was like pregnant and she had an open mouth, and it was like it sounded like a baby was like singing like while she was you know, he was on the fucking double cup. He drank off. He was drinking what Future was drinking when he fucking thought of that music video idea. Because I don't know what the fuck that was about, but either or, we got to that. We got to that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I don't know how we got here, but we got here. I'm not listening to this song. Sao Paulo, I'm not a fan of this one. I'm not a fan of this one, bro. And again, it sucks because I'm a big fan of The Weeknd, but like this is just not. I'm not liking this one. So let's just pretend we fucking didn't give a fuck about this one. Thank you. But The Weeknd, I'm still excited. I'm still excited for Hurry Up Tomorrow. But when the fuck is the album coming out, man? You got the album cover out. You got the album pretty much out. On YouTube and shit because of the concert. So yeah, we pretty much got the album, but just drop it at this point. It's like you kind of already spoiled the album, and you've already dropped 4 singles. Like, come on, man, where's the album? Like, just drop that shit. Let's not fuck around, meet around the bush here. But anywho, let's talk about Corey Day real quick. He just dropped his new album, The Crossroads. I have not heard it yet. But let's talk about the singles real quick. Summer Drop, I like that one. That was the second single on the album. I'm a big fan of it. I fuck with it. Mad as Fuck, like that one. That's also another banger. And then Saturday Mornings, one of the best songs of the year, in my opinion. One of the best rap songs of the year. Fucking love this one. Saturday Mornings, amazing, amazing, amazing. 210s, another good song, another banger that we can take with Corday and Anderson Paak Fire with J. Cole production as well. Syrup Sandwiches, that was another single that came out, but I haven't heard that one yet. So again, I have to listen to the album. But again, we got features here from fucking Kanye, another Wayne feature. Where is it? Another Wayne feature. Where is it? Back on the Road. So we have another Wayne feature, Juicy J, Ty Dolla $ign, Kanye, Jordan Ward, and Renee. Oh shit, nice. So we got some fucking features here in this album. I'm excited for this album, so I got to listen to it. But that big fan of that one. Let's talk about KSI real quick. Let's talk about this fucking single. Let's talk about one of the worst songs of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and motherfucking gentlemen, I present you one of the worst fucking songs of the year. Think of It by KSI and Trippie Redd. Oh, Lord have mercy. Is this fucking record dog shit? This record is... This is a big single now. Like, this is a huge single right now. This is a big fucking single right now. I mean, it's doing well numbers wise for him. So shout out to KSI, but bro, that hook is ass. And the from the screen to the ring to the pen to the king. It's gotten so bad that even my classmate, not my classmates, my students, like, they're fucking telling me about the song. They're like reciting the song and like they're bothering me with it. And like one kind of every time he sees me, he just from the screen to the he just sings a song every time he fucking sees me, and we make eye contact and shit. I'm like, oh god, fuck. And like I have to embrace it. I don't really make it to a big deal. I kind of recite the lyrics, but man, I hate that fucking song. It's just so cringy, man. And don't get me wrong, I'm not really this KSI hater. I do think he has some bangers. I'm not gonna sit here and say, he has some bangers. Other people might say otherwise, but any people, other bunch of people say whatever the fuck they can say or whatever they want to say. However, this one, not a fan of. And Trippie Redd didn't do much on this one. Like, just all right. Okay, that's fine. Just we'll take it. We'll fucking take it. Let's talk about next. We can talk about Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD. Now Juice WRLD haven't talked about. Okay, so Juice WRLD dropped this week actually, yesterday with All Girls Are the Same 2. Insecure with Nicki Minaj. So yes, you heard that right. All Girls Are the Same. The song that came out in 2018 from Goodbye and Good Riddance, one of the singles. Part 2 came out yesterday night. This time with the Nicki Minaj feature. So I haven't heard the song, but I feel like I don't want to. Cause I'm scared. What the fuck is this? Why are we dropping this? Can we get the last album? Why are we really getting All Girls Are the Same? Is this going to be a single on The Party Never Ends? Which, by the way, that album is supposedly is dropping late November. So in a couple weeks, it should be dropping. But before the album comes, he dropped an EP. He dropped again, his team. I'm still referring to him dropping, but obviously, rest in peace to Juice World. So obviously, I'm talking about the team, the label. They dropped a small EP, the pre-party extended. So this is kind of like the songs that I don't know if it's gonna be on the album per se, but we got some new shit. So we got Both Ways, Cavalier, World Tour, and Light Years. I'm a big fan of Light Years and Cavalier. I like those songs a lot. Both Ways is fine, and then World Tour is cool. So 3 out of 4 that I've been kind of been bumping. So these Juice World songs are pretty solid. I'm a big fan of it. Can't complain much on it. So I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of it. I can't really complain much on that. So yeah, the Party Never Ends album is supposedly coming out. It's supposedly coming out November 29th. So we'll see when that fucking drops. But let's talk about Tyler, the motherfucking creator. He dropped a new album, Chromacopia. Chromacopia. Yes, he did, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he did. He dropped it on my motherfucking birthday, October 28th, 2024. But I heard it a week later. So, yeah, I waited a week later to listen to the album. But still, we got it. Anywho, we got to the album. Big fan of the record. What I could say about Tyler Creator, he's a fucking genius. He's a fucking genius, man. He is a fucking genius. Dude has just gotten so much better at making these albums, crafting, like artwork, like just pieces of fucking bodies of work. Like he's really been on his shit. He's really been on his shit with this, like for real. I cannot even complain at all because he's been really doing his thing. He's been really doing his thing, and I'm super proud. Like it's phenomenal to see. But let's talk about the album. With Saint Chroma starting off with the album, pretty good track. Big fan. Love the love the hook on this is the hook on this is phenomenal as well. Track number 2, Ratata, a braggadocious kind of song, a banger. Definitely like this one. Paranoid or just Noid. Love the production on this one. The verses are fire. The like it's just the switch around. The second part of the song also is phenomenal. This song is probably one of the perfect songs. Sonically sounds incredible. Darling I with Tizo Touchdown. The singing is phenomenal on this one. The production's maybe not as good on as Noid or maybe a couple other songs, but my goodness, it matches so well with their voice and shit that it's a huge standout to the song. Hey Jane, I really like this one a lot. This is more of like an introspective kind of song. Just him rapping for 4 minutes straight, no hook. Just kind of, storytelling track. I like it. Tyler is always kind of consistent with those kind of tracks. I Killed You, another short tell end song, but another one that's super catchy. Judge Judy is one of the catchiest songs on the album. It's probably going to stay as one of the more underrated tracks on the album as well. I like it. I like it a lot, man. I love Judge Judy as well, and also just shout out to the OG Judge Judy. Sticky. Now this is like the banger of the album. This is like the biggest song on the album, and I'm not really a fan of this one. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I've been bumping the whole album, but this is the song that I've been bumping the least. Glorilla's verse is fine. Lil Wayne's verse is fine. Sexy Red just like she really barely had a feature on it. She wasn't really on it for too long, but I didn't really like it. And the beat also was kind of like It kind of reminded me of that 42 Doug song from Call Me If You Get Lost. What's it called again? Damn it. I forgot what the fucking song called from Call Me If You Get Lost. What's it called? Lemonhead. Yes. It kind of reminded me of that song a little bit, like with the production. But Lemonhead is better than this fucking song. I mean, the Wayne verse is fine, but again, I don't really like the song that much. The production, and also the hook, we can keep it sticky. I don't know. It feels kind of like boring for a Tyler the Creator song. Feels kind of weak. I don't know. This is definitely the weakest song in my opinion on the album. I'm just not crazy on it. Funny because this one might be my fucking favorite one. Take Your Mask Off. Oh my god, I love this one. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know if this one's my favorite because I'm still kind of like processing the album still. I'm still digesting it. So I obviously have heard the album like at least 4 times already, but still, it's still my early phase with the album. This one I think might be my favorite one right now. At least right now, this one's the one that's taking the cake for me. My goodness, I love this one. Everything about it. I hope you find yourself. I hope you find yourself. I hope you take your mask off. Oh God, it's great. It's great. It's phenomenal. Tomorrow, another great song. Love that one as well. Thought I Was Dead. Another banger. Another banger of a song. I'm fucking with it as well. Fucking with it as well. Like Him with Lola Young. It's a nice kind of song. Um, there's like a beat switch towards the end of the song. It's also pretty like a nice transition to it. I like it as well. The random ass Baby Keem ad lib, huh? And then it just goes to the switch of the beat. Weird. We got a Baby Keem ad lib. Great. Speaking of Baby Keem, where the fuck is he at? Where's the album, bro? It's been 3 years since the Melodic Blue. I might have to re-listen to it again one of these days. But goddamn, man, where is that shit? I need it now. I need the new album. Where's Wolves or whatever? Child with Wolves, whatever the fucking album was supposed to be called. Come on, where is it? Where is it? I need that shit. Balloon with Doechii. I really like this feature. I really like Doechii on this track. Her energy is everything on it. And the production's kind of vibrant as well. It's a banger. I like it. I like it. It's heavy. It's but heavy with heavy energy. That's what I meant to say. A lot of energy on this one from both Tyler and Doechii. Big fan of it. And then I hope you find your way home. Another great outro song to end this album off. Yeah, Chromacopia is a top 5 album of the year. And look, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. It's fucking Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator, Future, Kendrick. Those were the big superstars of 2024 in rap. Kendrick didn't drop an album this year, or at least so far he hasn't. But again, the beef with Drake, he won the beef. So again, he obviously stays as a figure and stays as one of the winners of 2024 and is one of the better rappers still, if not the best rapper out right now, even though with no album, still proving that he's on top of the game. Tyler the Creator, he said it on the album, he said it on Ratata. He's the second best rapper coming out of California, just behind Kendrick Lamar. And he's one of the better rappers out right now, creatively, putting out very consistent bodies of work, and putting out album of the year contenders. Literally, this man has not missed since look, Cherry Bomb for me, it's a little bit off. For me, I don't really hate Cherry Bomb that much, but it's just the production's a little bit weird, and then also like again, I feel like he was doing a bit too much on the record. Some points I was just kind of like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but again, some things I just didn't like from that record. But since Flower Boy, he's just been getting better and better. Flower Boy was great. Igor is still probably his best album, but it's still phenomenal. Again, phenomenal. I was listening to it like a couple days ago as well. Like, again, phenomenal. Call Me If You Get Lost, like again, another great album. That was probably the best album of 2021, best rap album of that year. Igor is probably my favorite album of 2019, maybe. Besides Bandana, it kind of goes back and forth with those two albums. At least in the rap categories, obviously, because when we put in all other genres, it gets a little bit difficult. But again, all genres included, this is a top 5 album of the year. Like, and this is not even Tyler's best. It still hasn't sit with me as Tyler's best album, but it's still a top 5 album of the year, top 10 at the very fucking least. Shit's good, man. Shit's fucking phenomenal. And I'm trying to see this man perform. I cannot miss it. He is going on tour. He's going to be coming to Miami March 24th on a Monday night. However, it's spring break. So I will have that whole week off when he comes on tour to Miami. So I have time. I have time to still get tickets. So I better not waste my fucking time because I gotta see Tyler the Creator. I gotta see Tyler the Creator, especially now with this album in rotation. Like it's gonna be on my and it's gonna be on my rotation for a while. I'm excited for it. So hopefully I can cop some tickets to see Tyler the Creator in Miami because he's actually fucking coming to Miami. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you. Thank you to your team. Shout out to your team that you actually decide to come here, even if it's for one show, whatever. You decide to come here. So thank you. However, I gotta see Tyler. So hopefully I get to see Tyler in March because I can't talk about I gotta see about that. I gotta do something about it. I gotta do something about it. Let's talk about Lil Tecca with his new album. His new album, Planet A. No, excuse me, Plan A. Excuse me. A bunch of bangers here. I wouldn't say it was better than his last album, Tech, but still a bunch of bangers. I like Bad Time. I like Taste. I Can't Let Go is nice. Number 2, Homebody, D1. We got some bangers here. There's some songs I'll kind of skip over, but a pretty nice album. Lil Tech is kind of consistent. He kind of gives me some bangers too. I won't listen to the whole record like very consistently, especially because I think Tech is a little bit better consistently wise. But I'm still fucking with it. I'm still fucking with it. Next we got Future. Future, who has run shit in 2024 with We Don't Trust You, which again, still probably the best rap album of the year, maybe. Getting Chromacopia is kind of itching. But still, We Don't Trust You is the album to be, I think, in rap this year. We Still Don't Trust You, another good album, even though not as good as We Don't Trust You. Still a good listen. But he decided to drop a mixtape to three-peat in 2024. And we got some good shit on here. Teflon Don, banger. Lil Demon, banger. Ski, banger. Ready to Cook Up. You guessed it. Banger. Now we got to Plutoski, and the song's alright. Trapping it, fucking it, yeah. Some of the, yeah. So, fucking it, yeah. Some of the, yeah. I mean, okay. We're just gonna skip that one. Too Fast. That one's a fine song. Ocean's a banger. Press the Bun's cool. MJ's a banger. Brazier is a banger. South of France and Drinking Mud. Come on. Banger. Surfing a Tsunami was cool. Made My Hoe Faint. Legendary. Toad My is cool. Oath is fine. Lost My Dog is fine. Ace Gang is pretty good. And then South of France remix with Travis Scott. Another banger. So we got some bangers on Mixtape Pluto. Can't complain much. I'm a fan of it. I like it. I like it. Glorilla. Let's talk about Glorilla because I actually did hear her new album, Glorious. This album's not that bad. I'm not gonna lie. I've been listening to Don't Deserve How I Look and Let Her Cook, and then I Love Her. So I've been listening to a couple songs. I don't remember the whole track list. I'm not gonna lie, but I've been bumping those songs. And the album didn't sound that bad to me. At first listen, I didn't really hate the album. I don't know what I would rate it now, but like it's not a bad listen at all. I'm fucking with it. Glorilla, you doing your thing. One of the very few female rappers I think out there is actually putting like really good music. I can't really complain much about her shit because she's fire. She is fire. JPEG Mafia. I'm kind of going quick, y'all, because I kind of want to get shit done so I can do less work or less shit. Or maybe I can add more shit for part 2 for this music episode because I gotta kind of run through shit here. Let's see, maybe we can do like 20 more minutes of this shit. We'll see. What the fuck? Why is this shit blocked? What the? Why it's dark? Why is this shit deleted? Why can I not listen to it? What the fuck? Okay. Anywho, let's talk about JPEG Mafia's new album. I laid down for my I laid down my life for you. This is a fucking album. This is a pretty good fucking album. Can't even lie. I gotta tap into JPEG Mafia's albums, but man, Scaring the Hoes last year was fucking phenomenal. This one's pretty good too. Not gonna lie. 2 for 2 for JPEG Mafia. I have to listen to his other albums, but I'm impressed with this album. Not gonna lie, I could have it in my top 15, top 20 by the end of the year. And in the rap category, this is definitely up there. This is definitely up there as one of the better rap albums of the year. Phenomenal. Sin Miedo is nice. I'll Be Right There. Black History Month is one of my favorite ones with Vince Staples. Ex-Military is great with the switch. Either On or Off the Drugs. I love the production on that one. That was one of my favorite ones. JPEG Ultra with Denzel Curry is great. Loop It and Leave It. Don't Rely on Other Men. There's a couple skips here. Usually, like I think the last song and the first song, but honestly, this is a good album. This is a great album. I understand the vibe to it. I get it. It's phenomenal. One of the best rap albums of the year. Shout out to JPEG Mafia. Shout out to JPEG Mafia. Because he's doing this fucking thing here. He's doing this fucking thing. Let me just do Travis Scott. Let me just do artists here. Travis Scott, he didn't drop a new album, but he dropped Days Before Rodeo. So we gotta talk about Days Before Rodeo. Because this album came out, obviously, this is a mixtape. This is a mixtape that came out 10 years ago, but it finally landed on streaming platforms. So I had to re-listen to it, obviously, and here we are now. Here we are now talking about the record. So again, we just got to talk about this shit. Phenomenal stuff from Days Before Rodeo. Big fan of Days Before Rodeo. One of my favorite mixtapes ever. So when I saw that it was coming on streaming platforms, I was super fucking excited. Let's fucking go. We got this on streaming platforms. Sloppy Toppy has been on repeat as of late. Phenomenal. Love that song. Drugs you should try is definitely 1000% a classic song. No doubt about it. One of Travis Scott's best. Quintana Part 2, banger, absolute banger. Obviously a cult classic in Mamacita and Don't Play. Those are iconic songs as well. Skyfall with Thug, my goodness, man, phenomenal. Backyard as well, underrated rap performance by Travis, one of his underrated tracks. Gray, I think, is another one that's underrated. Back Basement Freestyle is good. Zombies. This whole fucking mixtape is just hit after hit after hit after hit after motherfucking hit. You know? Travis did his fucking thing, man. 10 years ago, he was in his bag working on this fucking album. And here we are. He's still one of the bigger rappers in the world right now. And shit, it's been working on. He's been working and doing all his fucking shit because my goodness. My fucking goodness. He's been going. He's had an amazing career. I mean, Rodeo, Birds in the Trap, 100 Jack Hunstro, Astroworld, Jack Boys, Utopia. Like, he's been on an insane run. I just hope he keeps it coming, man, with his next album. Next, we got Freddie motherfucking Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs. He dropped a new album, You Only Die Once. This is the cover art for the album. You Only Die Once, as you can see here. Phenomenal album. I'm a big fan of it. I've been bumping it as well. This is a great album. Up there. Still listening to it on my rotation, so I don't know where I'm gonna place it yet. But I'm really enjoying this record, man. Cosmo Freestyle, love it. Brick Fees, Wolverine, both very good songs as well. 30 Girlfriends, Origami, Walk It Off, On the Set. It's a pretty consistent track list. The production on here, again, like the production is not as great compared to like Pinata and Alfredo, because The Alchemist is not really on the production here. On most of these songs here, I mean, like most of the producers on this album is who, like a bunch of other people. It's not really. This isn't Madlib or this isn't The Alchemist kind of production on these records. But again, he's trying different styles of production, so I appreciate him for kind of stepping out of that. But man, it never hurts to see this man rap on a Madlib beat or rap on an Alchemist beat, because I wish I can get that forever. However, his rapping is gonna stand out no matter what kind of production's on it. But the production's fine. Like, I just think his rapping performance is better than the production. I would say. Like it stands out more than the production. I don't think any production on this album is like whoa, like mind-blowingly good. Even though it's good though. It's not a bad not bad production. It still sounds good to me. It's just is his rapping just kind of overtakes it, you know. While you hear Alfredo and you hear Bandana and you hear Pinata, it's a mix of both. It's a mix of both, and you get the best of production, you get the best of rapping. Well, this one you just feel like it's kind of just Freddie Gibbs kind of just flowing and just rapping because he's just a good fucking rapper and he can fit to a lot of pockets. And again, man, he just sounds effortless. And he's also has one of the best voices in rap. Like I really like his voice. Again, the tone, you know, it works fine here. However, no features. You know, this was a different approach. Like there is a guy, like a narrator on this album, but no features on this record. So and it kind of felt like a mixtape too. It didn't really feel much of an album vibe. Felt like a mixtape, and also how long he fucking finished this shit pretty quickly because there was like a song he was talking about Rich Homie Quan passing, and like that happened pretty recently. Like when did that or by the way, yeah, that happened September 5th, which also by the way rest in peace with Rich Homie Quan, man. Unfortunately he suffered an overdose and that's how he passed. Yeah, man, that's unfortunate, man. I'm sorry, man. You know, condolences to his family. Way too young, man. 34 years old. But he was on top of the world, man, in 2014, 2015, 2013 in rap. Oh man, he was the shit. He was one of the rappers, you know, he was one of Thug's biggest collaborators, you know, early in his career, and you know, had a lot it had a lot of influence early on in his career with Thug, and his music was fine. His music was, you know, I never really had much of a problem with his music. Again, didn't listen to it that much, but again, man, rest in peace, man. But anyways, with Freddie Gibbs, again, the production's fine, but it's the rapping here that I think really stands out here. And yeah, big fan of it. Talk about The Alchemist, since there's already a song on here that's it's kind of lurking in the here, Scientology. So let's talk about that album. The Genuine Article, because I've been bumping this album as well. 8 songs, 22 minutes long, and every song hits. Ferraris in the Rain, phenomenal. Something Light, great. Minnesota Fats with Action Bronson, phenomenal. Diego Maradona, great. Details with Larry June, one of the best productions on the year, in my opinion. I think is phenomenal. Seasons Change, phenomenal. Ferraris in the Rain also may have one of the best productions of the year. The Alchemist is The Alchemist. He doesn't miss with the production. He doesn't fucking miss. So shout out to The Alchemist. Also dropped a pretty good fucking album. Been keeping that on my rotation. Let's talk about Tate. Oh wait, let me talk about another. This is the final hip hop album that I'm talking about for today. Little Uzi Vert, Maybach, Maybach. Now, unfortunately, this is not going to be the best review because from first listen, Eternal A Take Two, yes, Eternal A Take Two dropped. Lil Uzi actually dropped Eternal A Take Two. As much as that is a fucking surprise. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I'm not the biggest fan of this fucking record. I will give it more of a re-listen because I've only heard the album twice, or actually 1.5. Because the second time I listened to the album, I didn't listen to every single song. So I gotta give it another full re-listen. But first listen, it was like, what am I listening to? I didn't like much of the melodies and like the production choices on this. But also it was just Uzi's rapping felt a little like, I don't know, he just felt very repetitive and was making weird noises on certain tracks for no reason. This is a whore, this is a whore, this is a whore, this is a whore. Like I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do there on that song. I think the only song that kind of stands out, I guess, is Lightyear, Practice. I like Real Ratchet Bitches. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really like a song here. Chill Bay is fine. The music video is dope, though. I don't really mind Chill Bay, I guess. That one's fine. Conceited. That one's fine, I guess, too. The rest of the album, I again, I have to kind of give it a re-listen. So I don't know. I kind of brought it up just because I heard the album already, but again, I haven't fully digested it much. But first listen, not really fucking with it. So yeah, I don't know where we can really get much from there, but yeah, just eh. Not that much, man. Not that much. Young Thug is free, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he is out of fucking jail. His plea deal, um, he took it. He took it, and he's now going to serve 15 years probation. So obviously he's a free man, but obviously he's still going to be on probation. Um, wow, he's allegedly going to be performing. Whoa! Imagine he might be performing tonight at Complex Con, since Travis Scott's performing tonight. Shit, he could be bringing out Thug. Who we'll have to wait and see. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, he is out of jail. So shout out to Thug. I mean, this should be interesting. This should be very good. I mean, we're gonna get fucking fire music coming out, but it's gonna be a little different because since he is on probation, I feel like the material is gonna have to change up a bit. We can't really gonna be talking about a lot of street shit though. We gotta be careful here. Gonna be have to be very careful. You don't gotta go full PG, 13, but you're gonna have to take a little direction with the music because you don't want to just go over yourself here. Kanye West. Kanye West is Kanye West. So this album cover, as you can see here, I don't know who this is. This could be Kanye himself at this point. I don't know. Bully is the album that is apparently Kanye's new album that he's working on right now. His solo album. It is apparently an upcoming album that he's going to be dropping at some point in fucking 2020 35. Yes, 2020 35. Not 2020, not 2035, 2020 35. So we'll all be forgotten about at that time. And will planet Earth be still a thing at that time? We don't know. We may never know. However, yeah, Kanye is dropping an album. Don't know when, but I don't need it this year. I don't need it this year. That shit can drop next year. And I'm super fucking concerned about this album. Just like this man is. As you can see, I mean, I agree with you, buddy. I am very fucking concerned. And oh, Vultures 3, don't even get me started with that. I hope this fucking album got lost in the fucking mail. I hope someone stole the goddamn hard drive and burned it and turned it into ashes. As rough as that may sound like, I hope that album is long gone and is fucking history because absolutely not. I'm just no. I'm not doing this bullshit. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. It's fucking like no, thank you. But we'll see what Bully can take us in 2025. Take care. Recently just turned 13 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yesterday was November 15th. And obviously it was the 13th year anniversary of Take Care, one of my favorite albums of all time. This is a top 2 Drake album. Again, this is a fucking album that is it's just fucking good. It's just so fucking good. It's so fucking good. I don't know how to explain it. It's so fucking good. But either way, a classic album that has aged super fucking well. And again, I could not be more excited for more Drake music in the future. But take us time. Don't gotta drop this year. Maybe we'll get something big next year. But Take Care. Still, I got the vinyl and everything. Where's the vinyl? Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, it's here actually. It's one of the first ones I have here. See if y'all could see it here. Let me stop it real quick. Here, Take Care, vinyl. Just big fan. Big fan of the album. Y'all could see fucking football in the background, but yeah, like the track list is phenomenal. One of my favorite Drake albums of all time. Just a fucking phenomenal album. Just literally a fucking phenomenal album. Cannot say anything less Anything negative? No, that doesn't exist. That does not fucking exist. It's just too good. It is just too fucking good. Love the record. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. So I can't complain much about the album there. So that is that for hip hop, I believe, right? Yeah. Oh wait, let me do one more album. Actually, no. Actually, yeah, let's do a couple more albums. Yes, a couple more albums. Okay. Tinashe, excuse me. She dropped a new album this year with Quantum Baby, and it's been on my rotation as well. Shout out to Tinashe. She's been dropping back solid projects back to back years. I'm a big fan of this one. Getting No Sleep is one of my favorite ones. No Broke Boys is fire. Nasty was big on TikTok and shit. But it's a banger. I fuck with it. Red Flags is nice. When I Get You Alone, Cross That Line is good. I like this EP, this little mini album that we got from Tinashe. I'm fucking with it. It's nice. I can't be I'm excited for it. I enjoy it. Then we got Kaylani. She dropped another album this year. She dropped After Hours, or excuse me, not After Hours, Crash, which I'm a big fan of that album. And then she dropped While We Wait Part 2. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember most of the track list, so I have to kind of go back and forth with it, but I did like Know Better, I did like When He's Not There, and I did like Around. So those three songs I'm a big fan of. And also the remix to After Hours, it's cool. I don't mind it either. But After Hours from Crash, ooh, Crash is still on my rotation. So this one I've kind of like not been listening to that much, but Crash is still on my rotation. Big fan of that album. Oh wait, let me guys give you my favorite songs off the record just to kind of get that off the way too. Where is After Crash? Crash. Let me just Crash. Where the fuck is it? There. Um, yeah, I'm a big fan of Better Not, Tears, After Hours, What I Want, Groovy Theory, um, Deep. Yeah, bunch of songs here that I'm a big fan of. Oh, I didn't include. I just thought of this album, but I didn't include it here for some reason. I'll have to add it now. We'll get here. Chloe dropped a new album, Trouble in Paradise. And I'm a big fan of this record as well. I've been bumping it as well. I haven't bumping it very often lately, but it came out in August, so I was bumping in month of August, month of September. Since October, not so much, but I'm a big fan of this one. Boy Bye is nice. Might as well is a great one of the better underrated songs on that one. Want Me, great duet with Chloe and Halle. Strawberry Lemonade's a fun song. I like that one. Fuck Your Status is nice. I like that one. Shake with Jeremiah. The Rose toy got a fucking song. Interesting. Favorite with Anderson .Paak is very nice. Redemption, Moments. Yeah, this album is pretty consistent. I like Chloe's music. I've been enjoying these last two albums, In Pieces and Trouble in Paradise. I didn't think she was gonna drop an album this year, but surprise is here. I thought she was gonna kind of keep In Pieces in check, even though obviously In Pieces didn't really do well commercially. But again, some songs should have been bigger, like Body Do. That fucking song is an absolute banger, but nobody fucking gave a shit about it except me. So well, and then we can all have great things, I guess, sometimes. But that was that. Hold on. Let me do also Leon Thomas real quick. Last album that I'm gonna review today. We got Mutt. This album is also phenomenal. One of my favorite R&B records of the year. Phenomenal. Safe Place is great. Yes, it is. Far Fetched. Mutt remix with Freddie Gibbs is great. The original song is also pretty good. Vibes Don't Lie. I Do. I used to. Which one else? Yeah, Dancing with Demons as well. Yeah, How Fast also the original the intro track. Big fan of this fucking shit, man. Leon Thomas, Andre from Victorious. Man's a great producer. Man's a great artist. And Electric Dust was a pretty good album. I didn't really listen to it that much when it came out, like or after. I didn't really listen to it that much after I kind of gave it a couple listens. This one though, big fan of Mutt. Big fan of Leon Thomas. Shout out to him, man. Still fucking cooking up some good motherfucking music, man. He's just dropping some great shit. He's just dropping some great shit. So shout out to him. Shout out to him. Now, let me do wait, let me delete this off the fucking Victoria's Secret fashion show. Yeah, because there was a couple artists that performed there, but I didn't watch the goddamn event, so what the fuck am I here to talk about that? What am I here to talk about the Vegas, the not the Vegas, the fucking the Victoria's Secret fashion show. I don't know why the fuck did I even add that? Don't know, y'all. Just let it be. Let me fix the um the fucking thing real quick. Album. There we go. Okay. So a couple more things and we're done. Couple more things we're done. So let me show you guys my on repeat playlist. See, so you guys can see for yourself what I've been listening to back and forth. So again, this is kind of my my recently played here. So obviously some Freddie Gibbs, Chromacopia, The Seraphim, Tyler Creator, Travis, Playboy Cardi, Jay-Z, Radical Optimism. So there's a bunch of albums here. Go back and forth. But where's my on repeat over here? Okay. So right now, I got 30 songs on my on repeat, and you're gonna see something pretty interesting because I've been talking a lot about hip hop and a lot about pop, but K-pop has kind of taken over my on repeat. So that's gonna be my part two. That's literally gonna be my part two for the music episode. Is gonna be literally like just mostly K-pop. So the next music episode that I'll do probably later on in the week, it's literally gonna be K-pop and shit. So we gotten to the point where I'm gonna dedicate an entire music episode to not just music, but to specifically K-pop music. Interesting. But let me just guys show you guys my on repeat. So right now it's Anti-Fragile by Le Seraphim. You're gonna see that Le Seraphim is on here quite often, but don't worry. Next episode or next music episode, you're gonna see why, and I'll talk more in depth about them. Because you know I have to, but I'll dedicate that for the next episode. I don't got time now. But anyways, Anti-Fragile, Mantra by Jenny. Again, I will talk more about the K-pop songs in general at some point. But Don't Smile, again, it's on my repeat. I've been bumping it. ATP, Smart, Attention, Taylor Swift. Wow, really? This one's kind of been high up there. Mewtwo by Ken Carson. 1-800 Hot and Fun. ETA, Ready to Cook Up. Take Your Mask Off is already on here too. Sour Grapes. Supernatural. New Woman. Touch. Perfect Night. Cookie. Bedchem. Lucky Girl Syndrome. Again, talk about that later, next episode. Eve Psychic and the Bluebeard's Wife. Noid. Taste. New Drop. Fire in the Belly. Yale. That's random. Hype Boy. My World Crazy, and Saturday Morning. So that's right now my on repeat. Just that's just what's going on here. That's just what's going on right now. But that's that. Let's talk about Liam Payne real quick. Because man, very unfortunate to what happened with Liam Payne. He died already a month ago. Wow. It's already been a month since he passed. And yeah, man, it sucks. Apparently, he died because he was in Buenos Aires in Argentina, and he collapsed from a rooftop. Not a rooftop, from a balcony. Excuse me, not from a rooftop. Excuse me, from a balcony. From a hotel in Argentina, and again, it's still a little up in the air what exactly happened, but in my opinion and pretty much what it seems like how it went, he had he had a breakdown. He had an absolute eruption of emotions, and he just started, like, in the hotel room, he just started breaking things and started he just started breaking things and started, like, really fucking up shit. And Eventually, it felt like this was a suicide. Um, it kind of just gives me that, like, it felt like it was he's had enough of him. He was obviously suffering from depression, and he was obviously going through a bunch of other things, and he was on drugs. Apparently, he was taking like this specific kind of cocaine. It's like pink cocaine. Don't really know what the what it's called specifically, but it's what is it called? It's like a form of ecstasy or Molly. Damn, that's what he took to. Apparently, that's what he took before he passed, um, or as he passed on, and that's probably what led him to collapse over the balcony. Again, I don't know if it was because he intentionally fell off the balcony to commit, suicide himself and take his own life, or if it was the drugs that made him, you know, unaware, and eventually that just cost him his life. I'm not sure exactly what the situation was, and I don't know exactly what happened, but man, absolute tragic, absolute tragedy. Something you never want to ever hear. You never want to hear about someone doing shit like these are the kind of things that you gotta be grateful for whatever you can be grateful for literally whatever you have in your life, that that even though there's fucking things that are gonna piss you off, there's things that are gonna put you down, and there's things that are gonna motivate you to be better. There's always people doing worse than you. There's always people that are going through really bad shit. And for me, again, I'm fucking grateful. Do I got everything in the world? No, I do not. Do I need to have that shit to be able to live a happy life? No, I don't need to. I don't need to. Um, but man, it just makes me, more grateful to just understand, like, man, life is short, man. Life is short, and it's already, a task. It's already something so stressful to be able to live life and see all the beauty in it and all the darkness of it as well. This is something that you never want to see, man. This is something you never want to hear and find out about, or talk about. Even talking about this, this is obviously a very taboo thing. And again, this is a celebrity. This is a celebrity. This is someone who, bro, he was in fucking One Direction. He was in one of the biggest boy bands in the 2010s in America and all over the world. He was one of the biggest fucking, bro, girls, man, everybody was on his dick, man. Like, One Direction, they had aura. Not to be cringy or anything, but they had that shit on. They were the shit, and they still have a huge fan base, and of course, like, the fame, and that, that's, it grants them to have a completely different lifestyle than what they possibly would have imagined, and obviously that leads into things like this, depression, and they get into alcohol abuse and drug abuse and all of this, and it becomes a disaster, man. So, man, I'm grateful. I'm just grateful to just understand that life is short, but we got to embrace what we have. And it sucks to see this. It sucks to see this, but so yeah, so shout out to Liam, rest in peace. And yeah, but I will end things off on today's note, because it's already been kind of fucking late. God damn, it's already 11, 12. Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be the rest for the episode today. Sorry that I kind of had to end it on that note. But again, just kind of a life message there at the end. But I think I'll do everything else on for the next music episode. So next music episode is gonna be K-pop related. So I'll see you guys then. See you guys in a bit. Take care and peace out, my friends.